Hello, friends. I am Jitinder Kaur, Assistant Professor in English, Gobindgarh Public College, Alor Khanna. Today, the topic we are going to discuss is a topic of transformative grammar, and in the present topic, we will learn to change a sentence from active voice into passive voice. And in this lecture we will come to know what is voice through example, and we will be taking up rules of transformation on the in two categories: one pronouns, another is tense based, and at the end we'll be having some sentences to practice. Let's take up uh, let's begin. What is voice? According to Wikipedia, voice in grammar expresses the way the action that verb relates to subject or object. In English grammar, we are having two voices, active and passive. In the active voice, the subject is the doer of the action, and in the passive voice, the subject is the receiver of the action. For example, in this sentence, you can see Jane is working as a doer of the action. Jane chose the furniture. It is Jane who has chosen the furniture, right? So Jane is the doer of the action. Action is choice, choose, right? And what is selected? The furniture. But when we will be changing this sentence into passive voice, the furniture, that is the receiver of the action, will become the subject of the sentence, and the verb will change according to the rules of the voice. Chose will be changed into was chosen, and at the end we'll be adding the doer of the action by using one preposition, by. So the furniture was chosen by Jane. Let us quickly have a look at the rules of transformation. When we are changing a sentence from active voice to passive, there are certain changes in the pronouns. For example, I is changed into me, we is changed into us, they into them, he into him, she into her, you and it, they don't change. What happens when we change what happens to the verb when we change a sentence from active voice to passive voice? When our sentence is in present indefinite, means in the sentence we are having first form of verb, right? That will be changed into, in the passive voice, with the help of the forms of be, that is, am, or are, any one of these three, and which is followed by, instead of first form of verb, we will be having third form of verb. For example, if we are having a sentence, she likes cookies. Now, according to the rule, we have to change subject into object. We have to change the subject into object. I mean to say, the receiver of action will now become the subject. Now in this sentence, cookies is the receiver of the action, so cookies will come into the front, and we will say the sentence will be rewritten like cookies are liked by her, right? Similarly, in the case of past indefinite tense, where we use second form of verb in active voice, which will be changed into passive with the help of the past form of the be, that is was or were, right? Followed by third form of verb, not second. For example, look at the third sentence. He broke the window. when will be, this is an active voice, a sentence of active voice. When will change into passive, it will look like the window was broken by him. Let's quickly move to the future indefinite tense. In future indefinite tense, we make use of will or shall along with first form of verb. But when we change it into passive, it will turn into either will be or shall be along with the third form of the verb. Similarly, in present continuous tense, where we use is, am, or are along with first form of verb in the active voice, but in passive voice, the same structure will change into is, am, or are will remain as it is, but we will make an addition of the word being, that is another form of be followed by third form of verb. In past continuous tense, same rule will be followed. Along with was or were, we will be having being plus third form of verb. In case of present perfect tense, we'll be having has, have plus been plus third form of verb in the passive voice. In active voice, normally we are having subject, has or have plus third form of verb and object. And on the similar grounds, in past perfect tense, where we use had plus third form in active voice, will be changed into had been plus third form of verb. Let's try to apply these rules into practice. We have already done first sentence, she likes cookies, which we have solved as cookies are liked by her. Look at the second sentence, they learn their lesson. How will be changing into passive voice? Will be bringing their lesson in the front position and they will go back into the object's position by changing, they will be changed into them. So our sentence will be their lesson, because this is a sentence of present indefinite tense, so we will be changing into their lesson is learnt by them. Look at the third sentence, he broke the window. Broke is second form, that means it is a sentence of past indefinite. So according to the rule, in past indefinite we are using was, were and third form of verb into passive. So this sentence will change into the window was. Now what will be the third form of broke? Broken. The window was broken by him. The fourth sentence is also same, it is into past indefinite tense. Now let's see who is the doer of action in this sentence. We are having we as doer of action, and then we are having what is the receiver of action is song. And as again, according to the rule of the past indefinite tense, we will be changing it into was, were plus third form of sang. Sang is, that is sung. So the sentence will be into the passive form. A song was sung by us. I repeat, a song was sung by us. The next sentence is of future indefinite tense. Now in future indefinite tense, as we said, as you can see over here, we are having will plus first form of verb, that is read. Will read, right? Over here we'll be changing will into will be, and instead of read we will be using the third form of read, that is read, 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 right? So the receiver of the action over here is this novel, so this will come in the front. This novel will be read by her. Look at the next sentence, it is also of future indefinite tense. Over here apples are the receivers of the action, so we'll begin our sentence with apples, and along with will we'll be adding be. Apples will be. Now what is the third form of bring? Brought. Apples will be brought by them. Okay. Now next sentence. She is writing a letter. This sentence is in present continuous tense, and over here a letter is receiver of the action. So it will be changed into like this: a letter is being written by her. Let's quickly have a look at the rule. So in the present continuous tense we are having using is, am or are. So over here we were having a letter, that is a singular, so will be a letter will be followed by is. Now a letter is. Now next thing is being. A letter is being, right? And then third form of verb, a letter is being. Now what is over here? We were having writing, write, wrote, written. Third form of verb is written. A letter is being written by her. Let's the next sentence, chairs are being made by Rajan. Chairs are being made by Rajan. Now in the next sentence, Sarla is the doer of the action and the clothes is the receiver of the action. And we were having was plus first form wash along with ing. This will change into was being plus washed. So let's rearrange the sentence into passive sentence, passive form. The clothes, now clothes is plural, so we will be using were, that is the plural verb. The clothes were being washed by Sarla, right? Next, look at the next sentence. He was playing a game. Now in this sentence a game will be the receiver of the action. We will begin the sentence with game. A game was. Now as per the rule of the past continuous tense in passive form, will be using was, were along with being and third form of verb. Now our sentence was Sarla was washing the he was playing a game. A game was, now we will be adding being. A game was being played by him. He will be changing into him, as we have learnt in the transformation rules of pronouns. He will be changed into him. Moving on to next sentence. We have completed our task. Now this sentence belongs to the category of present perfect tense. And in present perfect tense, we use has, have. In passive case, we use has, have plus been plus third form of verb, right? And over here our receiver of the action is our task. Now our task is singular verb, so we will be using has. Our task has been. Now completed is already in third form, we need not change it. Our task has been completed. Now by, we will be adding preposition by and we will change into us. So the passive sentence will be our task has been completed by us. Next sentence is also of present perfect tense, and over here the doer of the action is she, receiver of the action is her homework. Now our sentence will be her homework has been done by her. Second last sentence, Rama had bought some mangoes. Rama had bought some mangoes. So over here we are having a sentence of past perfect tense and Rama is doer of action. Some mangoes are the receiver of the action. So we'll begin our sentence with some mangoes. Just like present perfect tense, we will be adding been after helping verb. So helping verb over here is had. Some mangoes had been, right? Bought is already in third form, so we'll be using the same. Some mangoes had been bought by Rama. He had run a race. This is the last sentence for today. He had run a race. Over here, doer of the action is he, and receiver of the action is a race. This is again of past perfect tense, and we will begin our sentence like this: a race had been. We'll be adding been over here. A race had been run. He will change into him. In the above sentence, Rama was a name and it will not be changed. Only pronouns will be changed. So a race had been run by him. So rest of types of voices and other rules related to voice will be discussed in the next lecture. Thank you.